but we want to go to VPS. So you would cursor across, okay, and now you'd come down into this page, right? But we've already gone into the VPS, the intuitive programming system. So we want to go this back, which is the cursor back, okay, to get back to the to this page, yeah, right?
Yep.
So we were in there, we were in VPS. We want to go into probing, okay? Probing a tool or probing the work. So because it's a directory, you can cursor to the right. Now we've got options of tool offsets, work offsets, calibration or mill thermal probe. So we're going to go tool offsets. Again, it's a directory, so cursor to the right. And these are all your templates, right? So these are all different things you can do with it. More often than not, you're going to use this one, auto length rotating. Okay. So what it'll do, it'll come down, it'll bring the spindle down onto the tool probe.
Yep.
And then record the length.
Yep.
Which is from the gauge line of the spindle, which is just up under there.
Yep.
And it'll record that length. Now, it just requires a few things to be filled in first. So you press enter. Okay. So it knows it's tool number 5. Okay.
Yep.
Because we've called it up. This tool type. So these are the options for the tool type. Now, if you change that, the tool type, it will change the behavior of how this works. So if it's an end mill of any description, it's good just to have it on end mill, which is 4.
Yep.
Okay, so that's correct. Now, once a rough length, okay, now this length is like plus or minus 5 mil. Okay,
Yep.
It's just saying how long is that tool, because what it does, it comes down fast, then it slows down a bit more, then it turns the spindle on backwards,
Yep.
and then it'll come and touch the probe.
Yep.
So it wants a rough length. Now, we're going to cheat, right? I'm gonna leave those values in there.
Yep.
All right. In fact, yeah, they have to be right because
Yep.
it's from before. It doesn't look like 130 though. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to offsets. I'm going to cheat and just see for tool 5. Okay, see it's 115. That's what it measured previously. Yeah, that looks about right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back. Now remember, we could use this key.
Yep.
To go back to the previous page. Yep. I'm going to go 115. Okay, enter. Now just check what you've written. Don't forget decimal. Yes, because if you don't, it will say decimal required. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The decimal point. Enter. Okay. And then this diameter. So it's just asking, yeah, the diameter of the cutter only because, for example, if you were doing like there's a 25 millimeter. We'll call that up next. Okay.
Yep.
The diameter is about 2, so we'll put it as 2. That's everything filled in. Okay, we can't fill anything else in. So close the door, and then hit cycle start. So what this will do, this will move the Z-axis up to home, if it's not already there, and it'll bring the probe, the tool probe, underneath the spindle, and then it'll come down. Okay, ready?
Yep.
And it writes a program here. See, this is the program that it's written. Okay, and it's put it into MDI. Okay.
True.
So what happens if you had something in MDI before? That's now gone. That got overwritten. Okay. Now it's just got this
So don't
message.
leave anything in MDI.
Yeah, of any importance. Yeah, if you really wanted to keep that,
Save it.
the trouble is if you've written something on your computer and you've loaded it in, it's not going to be in MDI anyway. It's going to be in memory.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, okay. MDI is for just for manual data input stuff. Okay, cycle start. Okay, so this will do this for every tool. So it'll come close to it. It'll turn the spindle on. It's running backwards, so it's actually not trying to cut anything. It's just going to rub. Okay, that's it.
That's it.
So if you were to go to offsets on that particular tool, it's telling us tool 5's in the spindle.
Yep.
And it's re-recorded a value. Okay.
Okay.
So that's that one. Now, just for example, There's a 25 mil face mill, end mill in there with inserts.
Yep.
I think it's in, I don't know actually, but what you could do, you can go to offsets. Well, we're already there.
Yep.
Over here, if you cursor across, there's a column for description, okay? So you can actually type something in there like say 2.0 space end mill. All right, so this is just, you might not know the numbers. I know that tool 1 is the probe.
Yep.
But
that's a way to.
yeah, you'll remember that. But I don't know what. Let's just call them up. So just go T2. Okay, we're in MDI. Okay, forward or reverse. Okay, that's it there, right? So that's a 20 millimeter end mill with 2 inserts. So we could also just, while we're there, you could put a, you don't have to put a 0, but it doesn't matter, 20.0. And then your description, you know, you can put whatever you want, but yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Now this one, we need to, when we'll fill that page in to set the offset, we need to tell it it's 20, because what will happen is if we tell it, it's got 3 inserts, if we told it that it was 2 mil, what it'll do, if it thinks it's 2 mil end mill, it'll come down on the center and touch,
yeah.
you know, touch here.
True.
Now, the inserts are here, right? And the reason it spins backwards is that, or the reason it turns at all is because, for example, if one of these inserts was sitting a bit higher or lower, you know, like,
Yeah.
and it didn't spin, if it touched on that one, but that one was higher, you're not actually getting your, it wants to measure the highest,
Yeah.
longest point.
That'll
So,
cut,
yeah,
yeah.
so you put it back in anyway. So if we go back to our BPS or probing page, okay, so now it knows it's tool 2. Okay, tool type is still going to be a 4. You could make it a 3. It sort of does the same thing. The length. So you're going to have to get yourself a
Yeah.
150 mil ruler and a 300.
Yeah.
And so you would just sit it up there, and you'd measure from the just under that spindle line there,
Yep.
just down to. Right, so it's about whatever that is. That's all.
So you can get back it or just do the negative. Just bring it back, close it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, so 118, yeah. So we can check, we can go to offsets and cheat anyway, but 115. Yeah, so that's what we've recorded before, okay?
True. Yep.
And that's still there from before, yeah. So you would do that, and then diameter, it's going to be 20,
Yep.
okay? Close the door so I can start, okay? So that's all you've got to do to set a tool. Cool.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, that's it done. Now, just for example, right? If we we're doing this again, and you've measured it with your ruler, and you didn't get it quite right. Let's say we typed in 105, okay? So we're telling it it's 10 millimeters shorter than it actually is. Let's do that again. So it's expecting to be shorter. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so it's hit it right. Now we've got an alarm, okay? So unexpected surface found, right? So that's telling us that we measured it incorrectly.
Yeah.
So you would go and take another reading, right?
Yep. And then same in the other direction.
Yeah.
It
So
wouldn't come down as
if
far.
we say it was 125, right?
Yep.
Okay. Same thing, stop and start. But now it thinks it's longer than it actually is. Okay, so it's turned itself on. So yeah, this G65 line of code, it's a protected move. So yeah, so now surface not found. Okay, so you can't really go wrong. You just get it within